Ladies and gentlemen, earlier today I was just going through my social media feeds as usual. And then I came across a very interesting photo. A photo depicting the relationship between William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta dating back to 2013. In that photo, Uhuru Kenyatta to William Ruto in 2013, it's depicting Uhuru Kenyatta giving a young William Ruto, in this case depicted as a Simba, milk. 10 years later, now Ruto to Uhuru, Ruto now has grown big and is now swallowing Uhuru Kenyatta. Basically, the photo is a true depiction of Asante Yapunda ni Mateke. But I asked myself several questions from that particular photo. What really transpired between William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta? Because nobody would have imagined, as we were going for the elections in 2017, that William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta were going to fall out. But of course, in politics, that's expected. We have only two constant interests, and we have interest and betrayal. It was expected. But when it reaches a point where now William Ruto can actually withdraw the security of Mama Ngina Kenyatta, then that is serious. Because it means now William Ruto is going for the heart of the Kenyatta family. So in this video, I want us to look at why William Ruto is bitterly fighting the Kenyatta family, the secrets behind that particular fight. A few days ago, William Ruto was in some place in, was it in Nakuru or somewhere in Nyandarua? And this was his statement.
Na mimi nataka nimwambie rafiki yangu Uhuru, wewe wachana na huyu mzee. Waacha kumpatia pesa ya kununua watu wa Mungiki wachome Nairobi. Wewe umekuwa rais, wewe kuwa muungwana. Tulikuunga mkono wakati ulikuwa rais wetu. Wewe wachana, uliunga mtu kitendawili mkono tukamwangusha, wachana na yeye, na usipowachana na yeye hata wewe tutakusafirisha na huyo kitendawili wako. Ama namna gani jamii? Si Uhuru Kenyatta sisi tulimsaidia.
For me, that was a reckless statement coming from the president, directed to a former president. Sometimes, in my view, William Ruto should find a way of addressing Uhuru Kenyatta, considering the fact that in the history of the Republic of Kenya, the fourth president of the Republic of Kenya was none other than Uhuru Kenyatta. But again, it's normal for Kenya Kwanza to constantly attack Uhuru Kenyatta and the family. In fact, William Ruto's campaign in the last election were framed around Uhuru Kenyatta and the family.
Retirement benefits. But we are not interested in his retirement benefits. We are only telling Uhuru Kenyatta, give us the space, time, and peace to put back our economy to where the Kenyan economy ought to be. Stop undermining the government that was elected by the people of Kenya. If I was still a member of Jubilee Party today, I would have told you the party leader would recognize is one Sabina Wanjiru Chege, not Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta is a tired man who should be in retirement now. He has destroyed an economy. Uhuru Kenyatta has no record, no known record of managing or running any political party. Uhuru Kenyatta inherited KANU under Moi as a massive national movement. He reduced KANU to a party that ended up with only 15 members of parliament. We built Jubilee together, a party that had 178 members of parliament. Uhuru Kenyatta in the last election reduced it to a party with only 28, 29 members of parliament. Therefore, for those who support Jubilee and those who are members of Jubilee, if you want your party to survive beyond the last election, please kick out Uhuru Kenyatta from its leadership.
Which begs the question, why is William Ruto not comfortable with the Kenyatta family? Why is he dragging the entire Kenyatta family? Because let's face it, Uhuru Kenyatta was the president. Then he has the brother, he has the mother. If our Ruto had focused then on, let's say, Uhuru Kenyatta. But the question is, why is William Ruto having sleepless nights over Uhuru Kenyatta? In February this year, William Ruto embarked on some campaigns about tax evasion. He had proposed to increase taxes, and Raila Odinga and Azimio had said no more increase of taxes. Then William Ruto, in his typical ways, then found a strategy of talking and dragging the Kenyatta family. It took the intervention of Omondi Kenyatta to respond to William Ruto. And that marked the last day, William Ruto spoke about that tax evasion.
Unatakiwa kulipa. Lazima hiyo vitu yako itasukuliwa, itauzwa. Si ndio hiyo sheria ya serikali? Kwa hivyo hakuna haja na ile laini ya kufanya kazi hiyo iko. Hakuna mambo ya ati kuharibia wale wengine majina na nini hivi na vile, na hiyo sio kweli.
Then in March this year, while Azimio were demonstrating somewhere in Nairobi, a group of youths invaded the private farm of the Kenyatta family. For me, that marked the beginning of a vicious war. If you ask me, William Ruto is not going to win the war against the Kenyatta family. They've even been trying so hard to frustrate their businesses. He's not going to succeed. But why do you think William Ruto is so keen on trying to drag the Kenyatta family in the current political that we are witnessing in the Republic of Kenya? That's exactly what I want to demonstrate to you guys on this video. But before we do that, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And I want to thank the following people who I received their coffee. Thank you guys so much. You can also do the same using the numbers on your screen. A cup of coffee is only 200 bob, and it goes a long way in supporting or promoting this channel. Now, let us dive in, ladies and gentlemen. In my view, William Ruto is not comfortable with the Kenyatta family because of the following reasons. Number one, there is a strong feeling within William Ruto's camp that as long as he's not getting the support of Uhuru Kenyatta, and the fact that Uhuru Kenyatta is a former president of the Republic of Kenya, then Uhuru Kenyatta can really frustrate his presidency. The biggest fear in William Ruto's circles is that Uhuru Kenyatta, having served for 10 years as a president of the Republic of Kenya, then probably in the military, he has a lot of his people there. That is the biggest fear, and that within the security sectors, William Ruto also believes that Uhuru Kenyatta has his people everywhere. And that's why immediately William Ruto took over office, George Kinoti had to leave, Mutiambai had to leave, and all those other key individuals who were previously taking charge of our security system. So that is the biggest fear, the military and the security. To an extent that currently in this Republic of Kenya, there is nothing which is happening in the Republic of Kenya without Raila knowing and without Uhuru knowing. And that is what is worrying William Samoei Arap Ruto. So that's number one, the biggest one. Number two, Uhuru Kenyatta's family is one of the richest families in the Republic of Kenya. So the fear in William Ruto's camp is that because they have the financial muscle, they can actually frustrate any government. They can destabilize a government. They can finance serious opposition against any government. And that's why you keep on seeing them dragging Uhuru Kenyatta into Azimio demonstrations. The truth of the matter is that, and I just want to ask you a simple question, you who is watching this video, do you think even today, if Uhuru was not with Raila Odinga would not organize any mandamano if he wanted? But these guys are insisting that Uhuru Kenyatta is the one financing. And they've tried all possible means to actually cripple their businesses. And it's not working. Because these are guys who made their money long time ago. Their businesses runs across the world. You can close Brookside. You can close all those, but these guys have other serious businesses outside the country. That's the fact. And that is the biggest fear that, Uhuru Kenyatta, the family, and the money they have, if they're not exiting politics, if they're around, then they can really destabilize. And that is the biggest fear. The problem for me is that William Ruto does not understand that sometimes he just needs to let Uhuru Kenyatta be. And by letting him be, Kenyans will read that, okay, Uhuru Kenyatta is the one frustrating Ruto. But for those who follow this channel for a long time, it's not surprising. I explained to you guys that Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga are going to give William Ruto serious political hell for 5 years. They're going to do to Ruto exactly what Ruto did to Uhuru Kenyatta. The other day, Professor Ekuru Aukot reminded William Ruto of the things he did to Uhuru Kenyatta. And that's exactly their biggest worry, the financial muscle of the Kenyatta family. Number 3, in my view, there's a strong belief, and this is the truth, that Azimio is currently together because of Uhuru Kenyatta. William Ruto has tried so hard to penetrate Azimio, to persuade Kalonzo, Oparanya and the rest. But it's not been possible. They believe that it is Uhuru Kenyatta who is still holding Azimio together. It's the glue holding Azimio. William Ruto wants a situation where Azimio is divided. As things stand today, William Ruto's biggest fear is that he might lose the presidency if Azimio were to stand together. Because of course, like today I was watching these mandamanos, and there's a gentleman who was just addressing the press, and he was telling those people that, yeye ni Mkikuyu and he's regretting why he voted for Ruto. Then the police were there pretending to be in apron, then just grabbed him and arrested him. How do you just arrest someone? Because this someone was saying he voted for Ruto and is regretting. Then you arrest him, you take him to the police and probably in cells. Do you think this guy, once he leaves that place, he will ever vote for Ruto? He can't. And those are the mistakes Ruto is making. But the truth of the matter is that if you were to remove Uhuru from Azimio, Azimio will be divided. William Ruto even wanted Uhuru Kenyatta to retire. He gave him even a job outside the country through AU. They even threatened to take away their security, threatened to stop their benefits. They realized that those benefits are peanuts to Uhuru Kenyatta. So that is worrying them. Azimio factor. Number 4, generally, William Ruto is known to be vengeful. He's on a revenge mission. Let's face the reality. And sometimes we give credit where it is due. In 2013, the person who made Uhuru Kenyatta the president of the Republic of Kenya was none other than William Samoei Arap Ruto. How? William Ruto was able to deliver the entire Kalenjin bloc to Ruto. Previously in 2007, the Kalenjin nation had actually voted for Raila Odinga. I'm not sure how Uhuru Kenyatta would have garnered 50+1% votes, even with the help of the deep state, if, for example, the Kalenjin nation was not behind him. Then we went to 2017. In 2017, William Ruto was the face of Jubilee campaign. He did everything. He even engineered the merger of several political parties. Were they 14 to form Jubilee? Then after the election, there was the handshake. Ruto became mad. He felt betrayed. Uhuru campaigned against Ruto. So Ruto was waiting for this moment. And William Ruto is currently revenging. And for me, I'm not surprised, because who doesn't know Ruto? Ruto is a vengeful man. The other day, he was even referring to that himself, that, these guys wanasema mimi nakasirika, which is a fact. Number 5, in my view, William Ruto is still fighting the Kenyatta family to sustain Mount Kenya politics. How did William Ruto manage to win the support of the mountain? He used 2 strategies. The first strategy was Raila Odinga phobia. He created that Raila Odinga phobia. And number 2, he painted Uhuru Kenyatta as a failure. In fact, sometimes when I look at Jolumo or these Luos who support Ruto, I'm surprised, because they're saying they're saying handshake did nothing. While during those periods, every time Kenya Kwanza were in the mountain, they would always say that Uhuru Kenyatta stopped all projects in the mountain and he was doing all projects in Nyanza. So the truth is, William Ruto hopes that Uhuru Kenyatta was rejected and the people down there still hate him. Surprisingly, he's committing a mistake, just like this guy is trying to remind him.
Wakenya yoya, Wakenya ria, Wakenya tibim. Wazi. Sasa nimekuja hapa. Hey, nimekuja kusema hivi. Ruto venye unafanya ni mbaya. Umewithdraw security ya Raila, umewithdraw security ya magavana, umewithdraw security ya watu wa opposition leaders. Lakini hii ambao umeguza, umefanya mbaya sana. Security ya Mama Ngina, my friend, sasa wewe umekuwa kama Sauri. Umekuwa kama Sauri wa Biblia. Haki ya Mungu, unataka kuamusha waliokufa. Umeguza waliokufa. Na wataamuka, Kenya kitakulamba hata utanjua. Woi, my friend, kumbuka, soma Biblia sana. Wewe unasema wewe ni mcha Mungu. Soma Biblia. Kuna wakati ambao Sauli alienda kuamusha roho ya Samueli. Samueli alimuuliza namna gani hiyo roho. Ilimwambia, kwa nini unaniamusha? Na uongozi wako ushakwisha. Sasa sikiza hapa. Umewithdraw security ya first lady of this Kenya. Security ya mwana Maumau. Security ya wenye alipigania uhuru wa hii Kenya ndio ukue mahali huko. My friend, umeanza kuamusha maroho ambazo zilikufa. Lakini sikiza, pia guka yangu, my grandfather died as a Maumau. Alikufa akiwa Maumau. Na sasa ukiamusha hizo maroho, unjue zitatu.
And lastly, in my view, is the international factor. You know, Uhuru Kenyatta is a former president. You saw today and yesterday, some US official refused to meet with Moses Kuria purely because of his attacks on Uhuru Kenyatta. The fact is, because of Uhuru Kenyatta's international connections, William Ruto is not comfortable with him, especially on the side of Azimio. If he were to just retire, or if he was supporting William Ruto would just be okay. But Uhuru Kenyatta is a grown-up man. He understands why he is not opposed. Why he is opposed to him. So I don't know what you think. That's my take. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.